When the military comes to American soil, domestic deployments have generally been quite restrained. Can they still be? Domestic deployment of active-duty U.S. military, as is now taking place in Los Angeles, is both rare and perilous. Not since the 1992 riots in that same city has the country seen such a use of the armed services. But that was a one-off. The more relevant and worrying parallel may be the period from 1957 to the end of 1968, when military forces actively patrolled U.S. soil on 8 separate occasions. Perhaps the recent deployment is just the beginning, not a one-off but a wave. Those 8 deployments resulted in just 1 fatality, a testament to remarkable restraint by the military. But many of the norms that fostered such restraint, bipartisan consensus, respect for institutional expertise, and well-planned rules of engagement, are today weaker or gone altogether. What's more, whereas U.S. Marines were previously accompanied by Army military police trained in crowd control and de-escalation, they are now deployed alone, an unsettling break with past practice. The 12 years spanning 1957 to 1968 were a period of great societal tumult and revolution, especially over race and the Vietnam War. Of the 8 deployments, 2 were to enforce desegregation court orders, most famously at Little Rock, Arkansas, in 1957. 4 were to quell riots, 3 of which were part of the numerous outbreaks across the country that followed the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968. And the remaining 2 were in response to protests. 1 to protect a famous 1965 march of civil rights activists in Selma, Alabama, to push for the Voting Rights Act, and the other to tamp down a forgotten and chaotic attempt by anti-Vietnam protesters to blockade the Pentagon in 1967. That 1967 deployment was perhaps the most extraordinary. In a surreal prelude to the confrontation, as the rock band The Fugs played, Abbie Hoffman and Allen Ginsberg chanted to levitate the building, turn it orange and exorcise its demons, a ritual humorously sanctioned in